Good evening, and welcome to the Sunday evening poetry reading. I'm Scott Leisure. All of our time is very valuable, and I value and appreciate you choosing to use some of your time checking out some of the things I do with my time. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to share my creativity with you, my thoughts, my views on life, and my energies. I'm grateful for the Sunday evening poetry and for Wednesday edition. This Wednesday on the podcast, we are discussing mindfulness and living in the moment. One strategy that I have learned works for me is using my creative side as a type of meditation. Using creativity as meditation transforms the act of making into a mindful practice. By focusing entirely on sensory inputs like color or sound, you naturally slow your heart rate, you quiet your inner critic, and you enter a deep flow state that lowers stress and anxiety. Well, that sounds nice. Choose your medium. Now, you don't have to be a professional artist to use creativity meditatively. Find something low stress, something that's going to help you rest your mind. Does that make sense? Maybe it's doodling. Maybe you like to watercolor or find one of those adult coloring books. There's knitting, there's cross stitching, and you can find a million different origami folds online if you just look. The easiest thing that I've found to do is write. Freestyle writing, journaling, poetry. If you're musically inclined, pick up one of your instruments, learn a new instrument, or just listen to some new music. Shift your focus, though, from the final product to the process of what you're doing. Live in the moment. You also might want to set an intention, you know, um, something easy. I'm giving myself permission to make mistakes. Take some breaths, say a prayer. You do you. Focus heavily on the physical sensations. Notice the smell of the paint, the texture of the yarn, or the sound of your pencil on the paper. Think about all of that while I read tonight's poetry selection. Now, I wrote this on the 22nd of December, 2021. It's titled Strong Resilience. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's get into it. Strong resilience on a Sunday in the Mile High City. Now, remember, these are my words, my thoughts. What you take from it is going to be with you. It's going to be your understanding. It's going to be your emotions. All of it. Strong resilience. Here we go. High up in the tree of leaves, he thinks about what he believes. Branching out into the sky, there is a truth he can't deny. Rooted deep below the skin lie the trails of where he's been. Lined with rocks, some paved in gold, count the rings and know how old. Branching and moving through his veins, all of his joys and all of his pains. Stories that shaped and carved his face is what she holds as they embrace. A feeling of complete escape, without a name, without a shape. A sense of comfort not felt before, all of the way down to the core. A bird perched on every branch, singing songs at every chance, ruffled feathers to stay warm, and protection from the storm. Maybe 100, maybe less. To one another they confess all that's fake and all that's real, nothing more left to conceal. They carve their names, it's understood. In the trunk, in the wood, a gust of wind shakes the old tree. The birds fly off to someplace free. Some leaves fall and touch the dirt. Some hold on and remain unhurt. Another gust, the tree won't fall. Strong resilience, it stands tall. Wednesday is 3 days from today, meaning Wednesday edition is also 3 days from today. 5 p.m. Wednesday, only on YouTube and scottleisure.com. More discussion about mindfulness. Thank you again, my friends. Thank you for sharing your time with me tonight.